Good evening, everybody. How are you this evening? I thought I would do a little bit of Quantanium mining tonight, so without further ado, let's get started. How y'all doing tonight? It's a little later than I normally stream, which is great. You know, it's nice to mix it up now and then. And so, heck yeah, let's do a little mining. I thought it would be fun to go after and do a little mining tonight. Hey, Pyro, how you doing? How are things going? They're going great. How are you doing? Have you spent any of that money that you had in your pocket there? Did you get yourself back upright? So, hey, let's take a look at the ships we have here. I think I'm going to actually take out Prospector 2 tonight. Prospector 2 is going to have your Atlas drive, and it's going to have, it's going to have an FLTR-XL and a couple of FLTR-XL and a couple of brands, and one of them's empty, so I thought, let's go ahead and pop that on there. And I'm going to save that for now. And then I am actually going to... Hey, Cyber Spooky, how have you been? Nice to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, you know, nice to see you. Hey, Grift, what's happening, man? How you been, sir? Silas, hey, what's going on, Silas? Nice to see you tonight. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, you guys, I thought I'd just go do a little mining tonight, a couple runs at least, and have a little fun with it. So, Prospector 2, you know the game with the prospectors. The first thing we have to do tonight is take the mining laser head off. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and unequip and save and pull the ship with the mining laser head off one time. Pyro says, yeah, bought an Eclipse, Gladiator, Prospector, Connie, and a Vanguard. Had a really good luck with quant mining. First rock I scanned was 40%. Wow, holy mackerel. Cyber Spooky says, too many floods down here. Wow, that's crazy, Cyber. Are you staying high and dry there, sir? Griff says, I know you like the Atlas drive. Check out the Voyage. Slightly faster, doesn't cut into fuel too much. Griff, I'll give that a shot. Thank you for the tip on that. You know, and the Voyage is a good drive. Kill Switch, hey, how you doing, Kill Switch? Nice to see you tonight. Silas says, I want you to know I did your EVA trick to resurrect dead rocks, and it worked. So glad I watched your stream. That's awesome, Silas. That's a cool thing, man. I love that trick, and you know, it's actually, you know, you do have luck where it will save you from you know, from losing a big Quantanium cluster now and then. So, Kill Switch, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. So we pulled the Prospector with no mining laser head on there tonight. Hey, it's busy out here tonight too. You know, might want to add, it's real busy here in ARC-L1. Does mining head trick fix not being able to put charge in the rocks? No, it doesn't fix that, but it helps with the unscannable rocks, like how many unscannable rocks you have. So I'll go ahead and store the Prospector now. This is Prospector 2, and I will throw the mining stuff back on it again. This is pull the vehicle loadout manager, and we'll go ahead and throw the stuff back on there. Cyber Spooky says, 620 meters above sea level in the mountain, so high and dry. Good to hear that, sir. You know, yeah, I can really appreciate. I mean, floods are not funny. I mean, they can get real scary in a hurry. You know, and you know, it's crazy how you can kind of get lulled into a false sense of security with those, and all of a sudden it's off to the races. So glad to hear you're safe, my friend. Yeah, so that's it. I better double check one time. It's never a bad idea to pull up the vehicle load out manager a second time and just double check that your settings stuck. And looks like they did. I got 2 brands and an FLTR-XL and the Atlas drive. I don't even think I have any weapons on this guy. I don't. I do have the Aphorite paint on this particular Prospector. So we'll go ahead and pull this guy and let's go make a run to the Halo. Halliday, what's good for you, sir? Nice to see you. Thanks for the 4 likes already, you guys, as well. I appreciate that. Good evening, Hallie. Nice to see you, sir. So, yeah, Prospector 2. We'll go ahead and pull that guy out. And we're just going to have some fun. Just kind of chit-chat some Star Citizen stuff and just kind of do a couple mining runs and enjoy like I said, kind of a late evening run tonight. But, I thought it'd be fun. Oddball. Nice to see you, Oddball. How you been? Oddball says, gives a salute to all the lads and lasses out there. That's awesome. Oddball, how you been, man? That's cool. All right, let's see if we do get the Prospector hop here, you guys. Do the prop hop. Yeah. We got the prop hop. Not a bad one though. You always get the prop hop now, these days. So we'll take it. And Pyro says, "Oh darn! Did they increase the amount of players in the server to 110?" They did, Pyro. They have increased the amount of players in servers significantly. So and I think it varies, and I think you'll see it vary quite a bit with the events coming on. Sometimes it'll be like 80, sometimes it'll be 90. Hey, Griff says, I saw you watch the Salty Mike ATC. A little disappointed in the topics covered. No, not in the topics covered at all. Definitely not, Griff. We'll have to see how those master modes come out. It's just there's a lot of strong opinions on different sides. I've had a lot of people in my community come and talk to me. They're worried about them. But hey, I thought about it a lot today, and we just got to kind of let's see what happens. Certainly I think we want to make a point that I want to be able to scan vehicles at a pretty safe distance, and be able to kind of make a decision, a tactical decision to kind of to get out of there. But we'll have to see how that goes, right? Definitely enjoyed that what the ATC. I really liked everybody who was on that answered the call for sure. NV, how you doing tonight? Salute to you, sir. Hey, Mass, how you doing, brother? Oddball says, not too shabby, brother. Shoulders acting up again. Sorry to hear that, Oddie. Limiting my time a bit, but I won't complain too much. Hope everyone's having a fine one this evening. Grifter says, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, you know what, Grift? I think I'm with you, man. I don't want to. The last thing I wanted to end up doing is catastrophizing a bit. You know what I mean? And while I think it's important that our voice is heard, we don't necessarily also want to come off as whiny. And that's not constructive either, right, Grift? And I think that's kind of the point you were making earlier about it, and that makes sense. I'm a Winters fanboy. LOL. Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. Jonathan seems like a pretty sharp cat. So, anyways, we're gonna jump towards Crusader, and we're gonna get out, drop out at 33.6 tonight. That's where we're headed. We've had really good luck there the last few runs, and we're stealing Mass's honey hole. Grab myself a nice big sip of water here. And can honestly say tonight's a little more leaning on a little more water than coffee. It's already 9 o'clock, so a little sip of coffee here and there, but nothing crazy. And we're just gonna kind of cruise around, have a little fun. Pyro says, did they fix the evil elevators bug by chance? Yeah, Pyro, the elevators are in a much better spot. They definitely were one of the most dangerous things in the verse before. But no, they're not nearly as dangerous as they used to be, Pyro. You don't have to run and hide from them like you used to. That's for sure. So that's okay. Good spot. Yeah, it is, Mass. It is a really good spot for sure. So we'll just we've got the Atlas drive on board this time, so we're just gonna cruise over here, drop out at 33.6, and just have a little fun tonight for sure. It still continues to be unseasonably warm here in northern Michigan in a beautiful way. I think it was in the 60s today. Griff says the only elevator issues are sometimes between Grim Hex and New Babbage. They can double spawn and trap you. Yeah, that does happen for sure. So we're looking here at 33.6. We want to drop out. 7, 8, 6, boom. All right, good spot right there. Macedon says they have Pyro, but I've heard a couple occurrences where it happens very rarely. Yeah, Grift is right on top of it. Grim Hacks, New Babbage. Those are like some more traditional areas where kind of before the whole getting chomped everywhere bug, right? Those are more traditional ones. So, yep, we're going to set the forestation here, roll over on our back, keep the sun at our back, and then use the quantum marker as our kind of, our go-to. I think I've got my velocity set where I want. I'm going to pull out the mining laser here. And let's just go ahead and send out a ping and see what we got. Oh, a few opportunity markers there. We'll kind of collapse the scan and see what we got. That's an E-type right there. Oh. Hey, there's a Q-type right off the bat. Looks like maybe a single rock there. Let's go ahead and we'll just kind of... It's not that far away, actually. I'll just go ahead. Oh, it's not going to be a great rock. You can see at that distance. You can see right there. Hey, Chris, nice to see you. Chris says, what up, my peeps? Mass says, hey, I've heard where I was at Everest and no elevator doors were opening. You can hear the sound of them coming and wouldn't open. Yeah, I know what you mean with that. Our combat assistance missions new. Our AR players are just seen one for 347K, which, oh, that is crazy. I don't know that I've ever seen that one. Chris, how you been, sir? How you doing? Nice to see you, by the way. At Pyro, they are AI. Yeah, they definitely are AI. Thanks, Griff, for that. Appreciate it. All right, so this isn't a great rock, you guys. You can tell this is going to be a blue cap if ever there was one. Oh, did I hit Z? What did I do there? Oh, yeah, I did. I must have hit Z. We'll pop it. It's going to be a 2%er, but we'll have a little fun with it. Yep, that's a blue cap. And so we'll just keep on rolling. Ooh, might have to take my Eclipse for a spin. Yeah, that's a good idea, Pyro. A lot of people do that. Mass says they are AI, the high ones that are like hammerheads. Yep. How many are there? I might go try. Yeah, the big times are the hammerhead, so bring a heavy hitter. Yep, the Eclipse is a real good one to bring for that. The way I understand it. All right, you guys, let's take a look at what we got here. That's an E-type. This is out a little bridge too far. We got to get a little closer to it. Got to be about 12.2 away before you start kind of getting results back. And that is a single rock. I'm going to roll back one time here. Oh, it ended up being an E-type. All right. Eclipse should be one hit for that. Guys, do the Eclipses one-shot the hammerheads? I wonder. Oh, yeah. Oops, 3. Yeah, I forgot up to 3. Yep. If it lands, yes. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Yep, one shot. Pretty crazy. One shot in the hammerhead. All right, what do we got here? Looks like a single rock. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's anything more than that. All right, we'll keep on trucking. Unscannable single rock there. And hey, let's go ahead and keep on moving. Hey, Drag, good evening. How are ya? I want to see a small wing, maybe 3 or 4 Aries go after a hammerhead. Oh, that'd be an interesting situation for sure. All right, that's just a single rock, I think. All right, let me go ahead and send out another. Was I wrong there? Did that end up being more than... Oh, it's a couple of rocks there. Okay, I gotcha. All right. Single rock. Jazzy Cat. How you doing, Jazzy? Nice to see ya. Chris says new SEMCs to make the dream come true. Size 9 torps, yeah, you know, I forget about that. Those are the big boys, that's for sure. Those are pretty amazing. Anderson, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. How are you tonight, sir? Nice to see you for sure. All right, we got getting a nice start here going, you guys. That's just 2 there. Nothing's crazy. Didn't get a ping. Oh, there we go. Nothing there. No scan results really to be had. What about this guy? Another single, but not wanting to mingle. And another single there. That actually looked like it ended up being a doubler. But you know, a lot of times if you get 3 or 4 of them in a row that won't scan, just fly through it. They'll begin scanning again for sure. Drax says, would feel sorry for a hammerhead crew trying to figure out which areas to target. Yeah, that'd be tough. Thanks for the accepting my friendship in Discord. Of course, man. You know, I know, Anderson, of course, you know, like, I'd love to go do some mining with you one day. I mean, that's what Quantanium miners get, for sure. So let's do that sometime if you want to. Yeah, a lone ion is enough. Wow, that's crazy. Couldn't imagine a wing. Yeah, that would make very short work of it, more than likely, Mass. That's an M-type over there. Yep. Now that's a cluster, but it's not tightly packed enough together, I don't think, for me to run over there and want to take a look at it. So we'll just keep on looking. All right. What do we got here? All right, nothing crazy. What about down this way? That's P-type. Keep on moving. Beautiful, beautiful night to do a little mining and just kind of, really just kind of settle in and relax here. Couple of very distant pings there. Let's see. There's a P-type. Did not get any scan results there. What about this guy? Single. Pyrus is about to see if I'll be 350k richer or respawning to CRUL1. Yeah, definitely good luck, man. Drax does a wing for if the Hammerhead has friends to help him. That big gun would do a world of hurt, but it can be a bugger to hit the small moving targets. Yeah, you'll be fine in that Eclipse. I agree with that. And you're absolutely right, Drac. I mean, that would be a nightmare. Those ships are kind of designed to do that. It's stealth kind of useless ATM. I mean, I think on the whole, the answer to that question is yes. At least stealth components on the Prospector. But I think that the Eclipse kind of has a low signature, if I'm not mistaken. Single rock. All right, little cluster out there, but that's definitely not clumped together tight enough for me to consider it a potential Quantanium cluster. Wish they would make a ship with me in mind. Yeah. I think that's called the A2, Drac. That's so funny. Yeah, it's about 3,000 to 4,000 EM with the shields up. Yeah, that's pretty small. Low sig, it works better for PvP. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty small. There's some Q types right there. Let's head on over. Let's roll back to a 9D scan. That should keep the opportunity marker out in front of us, and that's what it did. I couldn't tell if this was more than one rock or not. We'll see when we get up there. All right, we'll see when we get up here. Yeah, it looks like it's just a single rock. And we'll see. Not going to be a great rock. Two percenter. We'll keep on moving. All right. And this guy over here. All right. Kind of rinse and repeat. We'll keep on a trucking over this way. Ship design is just me being amounts of warhead with throw. Yeah, that's hilarious, Drag. I hear that, Drag. That's funny. Pyro says a big ship can launch smaller unmanned but controlled ships to ram into the enemies. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Was there more than one rock here? Ooh, there was. Now this also does not have, it doesn't seem tight enough to me for it to be a Quantanium cluster. That being said, I will go in and we'll do the EVA trick and take and see if we can get this guy to go for sure. We will take a look. So I don't think this is Quantanium at all, just because the cluster is not tight enough. That being said, I do like to go ahead and demonstrate the EVA mode a little bit, and let's see how we do. Get a couple of them on board here. All right, let's EVA out. And see how we do. Fill an 890 with P-52s. That's awesome, Pyro. Have you ever seen the 890 with the tanks on top of it flying around like a destroyer type thing? That's always funny too, I think. Ram the respawn in the med bed. Got a new one? Yeah, there you go. Alright, you guys. We're just going to kind of... I tend to get about 90 away or so when we're doing this. And this is... You do this because it can sometimes turn these unscannable clusters into scannable clusters. So around 90 or so, I normally will get the message that I've left the prospector. I haven't seen it yet. There we go. We'll kind of EVA right back in and take a look at those rocks. Now, I honestly don't believe this is a Quantanium cluster, and the reason I say that is because it didn't have... It's not as tight of a cluster as you normally see when it's Quantanium. But, you know, it's always good to be wrong. And I like... So let's just take a look and see how we do. Exactly, rinse and repeat. Alright, you guys, so let's go ahead and we'll absolutely pull out the old mining laser here and see what we get. Now, see, yes, you can see now they are absolutely scannable, but it was an E-type cluster. And like I said, I didn't think that was a Q-type cluster. It didn't seem to have the look to it. A Q-type cluster is a very... Like, the rocks are very close to each other, you tend to notice when you're... they really do have a good look to them. A certain look. That's an E-type there. Unscannable there. Few opportunities here. Griff says, you sound like Vince Vaughn. Can I hear you? We got a stage 5 clinger. Somebody else told me that one time. It's too funny, Grift. For sure. and I would name the ship Snot Bubble. That's pretty funny. Alright, there's an E-type. And we'll go ahead and rinse and repeat and keep our foot on the gas out here tonight. Alright, right there we got a P-type. And what about over here? E-type. That was a pretty good sized cluster as well. Over here at 6,000, what do we got? There's an E-type. There's a rock we're flying by right there. An E-type? What's this guy? Hey, there's some Q-types right there. Let's go ahead and roll back to a 90 scan and see what we have. That'll keep the opportunity marker in front of us. Hey, good evening, Sander. How are you? You're just thanks. Matt says, let's go. I'm gonna start. Let's go to start the car. Just watch it. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Sander. Sander, what's happening, man? How you been? All right. Just gonna kind of sneak up here. This first rock that I'm going to look at is not going to be great. It's just going to be a pretty low percentage. Juan Carlos, how have you been, sir? Nice to see you. That's a 6%er there. What about this guy? I've been really good. How have you been, sir? Nice to see you. This is not going to be a great rock either, but that's okay. Alright, so we got a 2%er and a 6%er there. We're going to keep on moving. Doing good. Hope everyone's well, says Sander. That's nice, Sander. Juan Carlos, what have you been up to? Anything fun? All right, cruising along here. Not a whole lot there. Nope. All right, getting some unscannables, and that happens. You're going to do a little run of them now and then. Nothing too crazy. All right. Kind of heading in that direction anyways. Single rock. I've been out of SC for a while. You know what? I think a lot of people are taking a little break right now, Juan Carlos. I don't have time lately. I get it for sure. That makes perfect sense. I definitely... Hey, there's some Quantanium rocks right there. I definitely had a lot of time off this summer. You know, I understand for sure. You know, as the winter kind of rolls around, definitely beginning to find a little more time, which is great. But, you know, I can appreciate that. Sometimes life is busy. All right, let's keep the opportunity marker out in front of us. There it is. And I always like to keep it to the left or the right of my ship heading. You know, I don't want to kind of get myself in to a situation where I am flying right at the rocks. All right. Couple of not great rocks. That's probably a blue cap there. And I don't think this is much better than a blue cap here. 3.43. Yep, nothing real good there. We'll keep on moving. All right, let's go ahead and rinse and repeat. Let's get a scan going out there. Lots of opportunity markers. Mass says, getting dark here way faster. Not ready. I know, we're definitely on that downward slide, right? I mean, December 21st is like the longest day of the year. Is that right? Hey, there's Q-type right there. Let me roll back to a 90 scan. But it is funny. I mean, I am definitely starting to notice the same thing. It's dark on the way, and it's dark not long after I get home. I'm struggling a bit with SC. The one wipe is on its way, and two, and I'm not sure which ship to go for next. All kind of needs to make sense. I can appreciate that, Sander. I think everybody's kind of... you know, kind of in a spot where they're not sure exactly how, you know, and I just say, really, just do what you enjoy. I mean, that's the thing. I really enjoy mining in space. So, you know, like in Star Citizen. So that's what I do this. You know, it's not so much about making the money as it is, I just enjoy doing it. So 7.51%, that's not what we're looking for. So yeah, I would just say, you know, have fun. Oh, there's another nice Q-type there. That's going to be quite a few rocks over that way. Let's go ahead and roll back to a 90. And let's see if we get lucky over this way. All right. But yeah, you know, I think it's pretty common, Sander. And it's funny. I was watching Space Tomato and Starstream's video. Space Tomato did a podcast and they had Starstreams on it. It was a really good show to watch. I enjoyed it. And, you know, they were talking a little bit about the burnout, you know what I mean? And I think we're all seeing it a little bit. So, you know, it's cool. Just the most important thing is to kind of prioritize fun as much as you can, you know, with that kind of thing. This could be an okay rock. I mean, sometimes these are okay and sometimes they're not. Yeah, that's a 15%er, so that one's not going to work for me. This is going to be a nice rock. Yep, there's a 4932. We'll take that one. Griff says, for me, I'm entering into PvP arena and extortion on bunkers and ships. I've gotten about 60 people in 3 weeks, made zero money, but it's been so fun. Yeah, it sounds like Griff really enjoys the PvP side of it. And I think Mass does a little bit of bounty hunting as well. Hey, look at that, you guys. There's this is one of those nests. You can actually see these nests on. And there's Dolovine in that little nest on the rock. Here, I'll get in real close and show you guys. From time to time, you see these little like discolored areas on there, and look at right in there's like a little nest of of rocks. And I hope this is a mechanic that has like an Easter egg in it now and then, where it's all of a sudden it's going to be like holy crap-a-night, and it's going to be worth a whole lot of money or something. But look at that. It's, you can see those dolovines are tucked right in there on that rock inside. You know, it's kind of cool. I've seen those before, and they're cool. But well, I'm terrible at ship PvP, but I'm still going to do it. Oh yeah, you know what, Grift? As long as you're having fun. Any advice or ships on what to use? Sandra, what are you looking to do in the game? I guess that, you know, that's going to always decide what the best ship is for you. Oh, let me turn this light off. We don't need that. All right. You know what, Grift? It starts out where you're not good, but eventually you do get good the more you learn. I like to change things up a bit for sure. Love mining, but I need to do other things. And I can appreciate that. You know, I've been playing Star Citizen a lot myself just to kind of relax. And so mining is very relaxing, but I can really appreciate mixing it up. And I'm looking forward to mixing it up with hull stripping coming up soon. I am really looking forward to taking the vulture out and doing a little hull stripping and that type of thing. May the ore gods be good to you. I got a log for the night. Halliday, thank you so much for stopping in, sir. It was really lovely to see you. Please take care of yourself. Yeah, I didn't have a chance, LOL. Yeah. Well, I just like mining, maybe try out cargo running. Well, you know, I mean, that's it, Sandra. I mean, so, obviously, if you like mining, the Prospector is a great way to go. You can also ROC mine. Nothing wrong with that. It's a wonderful gameplay loop. You know, you could also just go do a little hand mining, which is in caves, and is usually somewhat interesting as well. Not terribly profitable. And of course, for ships, you know, as far as hauling goes, of course, when it comes to trading, the C2's the king, but you can always do something like a Taurus. Pyro says 2 LOL. Yeah, didn't know that. Hey, there's a nice clean break. I had my eye on the chat when I was doing it too. This is going to be a nice hundo, I bet. Yeah, that's 18 SCU of the good stuff right there, you guys. That's good. Most of what's going to be in this rock, a lot of what's going to be in this rock is going to be right in there. This is also going to be a pretty high percentage. Oh, just 12. Isn't that interesting? I would have expected with that much red, it would have been a little more. Nothing there. A little bit here. 76%. Hey, Moon, nice to see you tonight. How have you been? Very nice to see you, Moon. Not sure how many Torps and Idris can take before going down. That's a good question, actually. I think that they, like, when retaliators can... How many can tallies fire? Because I think tallies can get pretty close, right? I think they can take them down. I think it might be 9. I think you're right. Oops, I was got caught grabbing a drink there and just kind of didn't do a great job with that particular one, but we're doing better now. Been great. Cracked a 51K at 49%. Woo, boy, that's nice, Moon. That's money in the bank. Astro, nice to see you, Astro. I feel like the system in the ship that ejects the Quantanium could also eject inert material to sift out whatever you want. You know what, Astro? One of the things that we do, I mean, it would be nice. You're absolutely right, Astro. A line item jettison would be fantastic. But I know when we use Prospector breaking teams on mining nights, we definitely have the Prospector scoop up inert and then scoop up just a tiny bit of the literally just a tap on the Quantanium, and you know, and when they do that, then they you know, you can actually have them scoop the inert material and then just jettison when they're you know, when they're the alarm goes off. So we definitely use the Prospectors to scoop trash rocks out of the way and then have them just kind of tap and grab, like, you know, a unit or two of Quantanium and eject. For sure. It might be 6 torps for an Idris. Oh, yeah. Moon, not too bad. I mean, this is the first rock I happened to cross, but, you know, this is... I haven't been out here too long either, so... Kind of roll over this way and... Oh, I got 44 seconds on the Brant here. I need to rush it up here, and if I can get into it in the 30, which I'll easily do. Yep. 32. Good. Would be pretty fun in a wing, though. Yeah, for sure. Dang, I wish I would have had one when I bought the Ion. Would have been fun. Ion versus Idris. Yeah, that would have been fun. Maybe the mining ships could have a tractor beam, too. Yeah, well, that's a... You know, you see that, right, in the Orion, in the higher. I'm really hoping, Astro, that they have the ship that's supposed to be bigger than a Mole but smaller than an Orion, that they do introduce that mechanic to it. Because it does seem like the Orion has... You know, it definitely has the tractor beams on it. And also... you know, also, I'm really looking forward to the 315P for that, right? I mean, the 315P would be great for that. If I see another 350K one, want to give me a shout? So that's a 350K mission, huh, you guys? That's pretty crazy. I can't get on tonight, but thank you. No problem. Alright, you guys. A lot of this down here was just pure 100%. I think this first 18 SCU was gonna be real good. The Ion is a dedicated capital ship killer, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's definitely its design intent. It's got a great big gun for popping capital ships. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there was anything in this one, but I could be wrong, I guess. Nope. We got 18 SCU of the good stuff so far. That's a 17%er. Supposed to be. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Grift. Yeah, pretty much it'll take a while to take an interest down. That's for sure. You know, I would imagine like a bunch of those ships running in kind of a line, you know, we could take a pretty good chunk out of something. You know, if they were, if they were kind of cruising in. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting percentages here on these. There's a 42. One of these is going to... A couple of these are probably hundos over here. This was a 76%er. Yep, here we go. Very nice. All right, this is going to get us around 25 SCU or so. There's our 42%er, and the rest of this doesn't have a whole lot in... Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, no, I'm not wrong. I was looking at the wrong thing. That's a 40%er. There's a 10. Yeah, the rest of this isn't great, but let's go ahead. We'll grab this 40 first, then the 20, and work our way down from there. So... This is a decent sized rock. There's still quite a bit of Quantanium in here. This is going to get us up over 28 SCU. And then this will finish us off here. We're not going to quite hit 29, I don't believe. But you know what? 28. What do we end up with? 28.56 SCU. Very respectable first run. And we'll take it. Let's go ahead and spool on up and let's get out of here. Would be pretty awesome running around in a Javelin with a group doing yeah, that would be a lot of fun, I think. That would be running around on the capital class ship like that with a bunch of folks kind of, chatting with each other would be an absolute blast. Running and winging them like a rogue squadron on a Delta run, it would be continuous fire. I mean, that's what I was talking about, Grift. Yeah, like a bunch of them like kind of lined up and they're just kind of almost like in a big wheel, they'll wheel and then go to the back of the line and... type of thing. 32 times S12 torps. Not sure if the S12 with one hit on Idris. Size 32 times size 12 torps. Oh my stars. Holy smacker-dacker-doos. Dang, man, that's crazy. So, lovely first run tonight, guys. Real simple one. You know, we just kind of buzzed on out to the air in Halo. Got ourselves a first 28 SCU. I think it's 28 and some change. It'd probably be around 2,700, 2,000, 2,700 units or so when after we get our, after we get it refined. I feel like it would be like living on a submarine. Yeah, Astro, I feel the same way. Moon says, I can't wait to get on a fully manned Orion. Yes, Moon. That's going to be so much fun. I agree with that 100%. Pyro says, the Javelin tour at Invictus really puts into perspective how big... You know what, Pyro? That's exactly right. I remember the first time I went to IAE, and it was a buddy Ranger who was, who I was chatting with, and great guy. And he and I went to IAE, and it seems like it was I think it was the Reclaimer was in there, or no, it was the Starfarer Gemini. And I just could not. I was so floored by the scale of the ships in Star Citizen then. Like that, I was instantly hooked for sure, just because the scale was so insane. I just couldn't believe that there could be a ship that size with people that could be flying around with people in it while doing things at stations. We all know what the promise and the magic is here. So, but yeah, you just get those moments now and then where Star Citizen just kind of just floors you at what it could be someday. Absolutely. All right. Hey, 11 likes so far tonight, guys. I do appreciate it. All right, so we have not heard first alarm yet. We're kind of cruising in here. Roll this guy over. I'm going to go ahead and drop gear, lower the VTOLs, rotate. I guess the VTOLs would be correct. And we will bring it on in here at a. I usually kind of cruise in here at about 325 or so. Nothing too crazy, enough to kind of keep us moving. Griff says, a friend of mine started last Friday night. We took over an 890 jump first tour. Night's tour was blown away, took her on a short star tour. And yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. When you do that kind of, it just kind of gets you. Like, it just gets you, I guess that's the right way to say it, There are these moments in Star Citizen that just get you. And the scale of it is one of those things that begins to kind of, get you in a good way. All right. I went ahead and called for a landing now. Hopefully it's going to be like this guy here.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
All right, we'll take it. And we're going to take this guy nice and easy. One thing I will say is I will use auto land when I go into the hangar. It's, for whatever reason, been doing a really good job at making sure, for the most part, my stuff doesn't go completely unstable. It's, I do see from time to time where if I'm bringing in a Quantanium load, and I just even do like a kiss down landing, it will take it'll take my Quantanium into a pretty unstable state. So I have noticed to offset that using auto land has been a very good way to deal with that. So in we go. And this is where I kind of grab on. Just click and hold on and then have it just drop me down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right. Have not heard first alarm yet. That's a good sign. Kill the engines and back out we go. Hey, there's first alarm. That's pretty common. right before you get out of the ship, that first alarm gets going. And a nice opening run for the night. You know, as long as we get this the last bit of our business taken care of, get the ship stored and get in the hopper, we should be good. All right. Yeah, a little later time than I normally stream, which is great. You know, I like to mix it up a little bit. You know, when time permits, definitely. And I hope to have a little bit more time here in the near future, and want to kind of get back into just kind of doing what we do, just kind of having an enjoyable night, just mining. Really looking forward to salvage, hull stripping. I'm going to be doing a ton of that with the Vulture. I suppose. I guess I don't know. I hope I do get to do it someday. You know, respectfully. And there we go. We got the ship stored. Let's head down and put this guy in the hopper here. Here it says, before we brought her onto SC, she didn't believe us that all the ships had walkable interiors. Yeah, people sometimes don't believe that. I see what you're saying, Griff. A friend of mine started last Friday night. We took her on an 890 jump tour first night, and she was blown away. Yeah, that makes sense, Griff. I understand what you're saying now. I didn't read that right the first time. Yeah, if it can absolutely... If you've played MMOs before, or you've done any gaming before, when you do climb onto that ship, yeah, it's amazing. I understand better now. That's awesome. So, beautiful first run. Get this guy in the hopper here. We'll top off with a little food and drink. We'll head right back out there and see if we can't find something more. And we will just kind of take our time. All right. We had some really nice, you know, I got these 4 work orders currently processing, so we definitely got some stuff going in the hopper now. Set up a work order here. We'll get this guy going. And with the Dynex, let's see what our final 2714, not too shabby. 27 SCU is a very respectable run. Very respectable. I always recommend while you're down here, just, you know, throwing off the old helmet, you might as well just top off on food and drink, because it's literally right on your way. Easy to do, easy to grab, and chug, chug, chug. While he's chugging, I'll chug. Okay. Little littering for the team. It never gets old. All right. Helmet back on, and off we go. I'll take the same Prospector back out again. I do like having the Brant, and the hydration's important. Yeah, exactly. Keep yourself hydrated, kids. I agree with that, Grift. Nice. All right, headed back up the hangars and habs here. Humble Monk, hey, how you doing, Monk? Nice to see you, my friend. Monk says, good evening, Shorts, and everyone else. Monk, how you been, sir? Nice to see you. All right, you guys. All right. Like I said, remember, we want to pull up the vehicle loadout manager. We want to take the laser head off first. That's kind of the MO around here. Unequip, and then we'll save it that way. And then we'll pull it, store it, and then put it back on.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
It's funny, I definitely heard with a Tomato and Starstreams talking, you know, and I know a Streams mentioned that, you know, prospector mining's kind of a little rough. There's a few extras you have to do in there, and he's not wrong, you know. There's a few extras in here, but I'm glad we figured them out. You know, that's the most important thing. Busy working. How are you? I had a busy work day too, Monk, for sure, but, you know, happy to be home and doing a little mining, my friend. So pull out the vehicle loadout manager. We're going to set back up on the gear that we had there. Prospector 2, utility. We'll go ahead and throw the Lancet back on there, and I am going to throw the FLTR-XL And a Brandt. And a Brandt. Save that guy. And then one more time at the vehicle. Do I use pedals? Great question, Griff. I don't use pedals right now. I use twist on my VKB Gladiators. I want to get pedals. I'm actually going to be building a new game. I have a new gaming rig. It was so funny. I was kind of looking at the new CPUs, looking at the new GPUs. Of course, I'm waiting for RDNA 3s. About 3 or 4 months ago, I had bought this Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. So I think when I build my new box with that, I think I am going to pick up pedals, Griff, but I don't have them currently. But we'll have to see. It's I still got to put my system together. I was really debating between going with something really, really new or just kind of going AM4 but using the 5800X 3D. I think I'm decided to go with the 5800X 3D, and I think what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to pair it with one of these new AMD cards, like a 7900XT, I think. We'll have to see. I'm kind of waiting to see how those things come out. But I have the rig that I run right now is a 3900X with a 3070. And I'm gonna use this as my stream. I'm gonna put a capture card in this. Just use this as my stream capture box, and set up a second machine to actually do gaming. And then this machine I'll use as my my workstation for making videos and for that type of thing. But that's the long way around telling you, Griff, that I don't have pedals. By the way, no, I do want to get some pedals though. Do you use pedals? 15 likes, you guys. I appreciate it. That's a good opener for sure. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure. Yeah, Brandt FLTR-XL.
You are clear to launch.
Gonna head right back out to the air in Halo. And Pyro says, I love how fast the elevators are now. I don't have to wait 5 minutes to get to the refinery and back. It is funny, Pyro. You're right. They are much faster. I like to squeeze in a sip of coffee here and there. So, that being said, I don't mind it. I don't. It was a little unusual, for the first couple of weeks, but I really like. You're right about that. The trip down to the refinery was slow, and now it's actually pretty reasonable clip, and that makes it nice. Off we go. All right, so cruise along here. We will drop out at 33.6 and see if we can't find anything to put the mine and lasers on. So interesting with the 317.4. How about I am looking forward to at least seeing the new Drake ship, the Corsair, in game. I think that's a fun ship. It'll be interesting to see it just kind of when you're standing next to it in scale. I like the Corsair. I think it's a cool looking ship. I like the asymmetrical ships a little bit. So looking forward to that one. I am definitely looking forward to the Vulture as well. Sandra says, the faster elevator speed helps my mining ship explode anxiety when the SE does not. Yeah, it does help with the anxiety a bit. You're right, Sander. That's funny. That is funny for sure. All right, we're going to go ahead and drop out here at 33.6 and start looking around, see if we can't find something to put the mining lasers on. 33, boom. I was a touch late there, but not too shabby. Moon says, I still think the trip to the refinery is a tad fast. It's much better than it used to be. But I'd like one more tick to get a sip during the ride. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Moon. I agree. I definitely used to use that moment or two as you know, it's an opportunity to get definitely to grab a little more hydration. You know, oh, it's funny. If you get pedals, I recommend Thrustmaster T3PM racing pedals. Very nice and smooth for SC. Very cool. Thank you for that recommendation. I definitely will have to do a deep dive when that day comes, Grift. I'm going to jot that down. Let me just kind of jot those down. T3PM racing pedals. Yeah, I have to check those out. I absolutely can see. Now, are you using pedals to roll, Grift? Is that what you're primarily, or are you using it for up and down? Let's see here. Can you say sippy straw? Fair enough. Oh, drag. That's funny. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get some pings going out there. Holy opportunity markers. That's an E-type right there. Kind of move in a little more on this guy here. What do we got there? Single rock. Not giving me any indications. That's an E-type. You need an adapter for PC play. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. Do you have them plugged into like a USB hub with an adapter? We can say simulator rig expensive to want drinks too close. Hey, Nimrod, welcome to the channel. Not a name I necessarily recognize. Pedals for thrust in my case. Yeah, you know, obviously all of us are going to do something slightly different. I was wondering if people are doing roll or thrust or, you know, up or down or whatever. You know, I could imagine, you know, they might be cool for up or down as well. You know. Thank you, Nimrod. I appreciate that. I use gas forward brake. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, long, flexible, zippy straw. That's funny. All right, what do we got here? Nothing there. Am I up? Rotate it forward all the way. I am. That's an E-type. Let's send out our... Yeah, this is the 11.3 ping here. That's P-type. No, the pedals only connect to the wheel. Need an adapter for the use. I see what you're saying. Yep, no problem. All right, cruising on in here. That's an M-type for sure. And we will rinse and repeat. USB connection. That makes sense. Lots of opportunity markers out here tonight. Holy smokes. Nothing there. M-type. P-type. Not being cooperative. P-type. Hey, Ramoy, nice to see you. You're up late. Ramoy says, hello, shorts, and hi, all. Astroman says, was the cargo refactor scheduled for 3.1.8? Oh, I can't remember. It is, Astro, but we're not exactly sure what condition it's going to come in. Like, I don't, you know, we haven't seen anything about them taking away kind of magic poof. You know, and when I say magic poof, you know what I mean is like you just buy your cargo and it just kind of poofs into your... I don't know. So, you know, it's definitely still on the... It's definitely still on the tracker and all that, but, you know, we're not entirely sure what state or how fleshed out it's going to be. That's a P-type. Great question. The cargo refactor is something I'm definitely got my eye on for sure. Moon says, how you doing, Ramoy? Griff says, with that pedal, I get way more control of my speed. Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, and that's an important thing, you know, kind of being able to understand distance in a combat, you know, situation. Being able to kind of control distance is one of the super important things to be able to do. And I would imagine having something like that's really articulate, you know, like pedals, Grift makes a huge difference. It will be magic poof at first, maybe with a timer. That makes sense. So I wonder if the timer on the external cargo ships are going to be a little bit, you know, faster, you know. Hey, Toe. How you doing? Nice to see you. How you been, sir? No way to load one SU boxes in front of the hold of the freelancer. Yeah, you know, I know what you're saying, Toe. That's what I was saying. So it sounds like magic poof with the timer may be the thing. I wish they would. You know, it's the weird. It's kind of been like they've been real quiet about the cargo refactor. It's the one thing. I mean, they have. You know, they've been really quiet about it. And so I would love to. I'd love for them to kind of do a little something on it. You know, to kind of let us know exactly what's happening with it. Because that seemed like a really major thing to me. Alright, there's P-type. PvP is all distance and speed control. Yeah, makes sense to me, sir. Toe, how you been, man? It's nice to see you. Ramoin says, Space Shorts, you're right. If it is late, but hey, I can go to bed. I can't go to bed annoyed and angry, so I will cool down a bit watching you eventually at the set. What are you upset about, Ramoin? Talk to me, brother. See if we can't build a bridge and help you get over it, my friend. Open, it's a mix of magic and movable boxes. Well, it's going to be magic poof, right, Toe, I think, to kind of get it on the ship. But then I think you're going to be able to get interdicted and people are going to... Well, I don't know if they can get in your ship. But I do think that I do think that you're going to be able to kind of break it apart. So it'll magic poof on there. But I think you'll be able, if you were to use a tractor beam, you could peel off the boxes. Guts and Glory, welcome to the channel. How are you this evening? It's nice to see you. Thanks for coming aboard. Grifter says, this is a good man. Never would have been angry. Yeah, man, it's exactly right. I mean, you know, tell me what's happening, Ramon. See if I can, you know, see if I can help. All right, we're cruising along here. Let's see. I got this 179 ping going. She's a little quiet. You know what? I noticed. Oh, my speed isn't that great. Well, we'll pick that up a little bit. That'll help. All right, you guys. Let's see if we're getting. No one's talking 30Ks. Sending out some pings and not getting a whole lot. So we'll just kind of see. Sometimes you do run into a little bit of a, you know, a spot that's not producing. I was wondering if it was a 30K. Just because, you know, I was sending out pings and they weren't happening there. So that makes sense. No problem. We will just jump right back into the verse and off we go. Oh, that's right. Hold on, guys. This will just take a second. You know when you get that 30K and you can't relaunch the game? That's what I'm working through real quick. Game's going to be back up here in 30 seconds. Moon, you're not wrong. Moon, you're not wrong at all. Sometimes you do have to kind of kick it a little bit in order to get it to give you some scans. I mean, you know, sometimes it just kind of gets into a position where it gets a little quiet. That is for sure. We're almost back in the game here. Hey, by the way, guys, almost 20 likes already tonight. Thank you so much. And we are almost back in the game. We'll go ahead and I'll kick this over. Ramon says, I lent a friend some money over time and eventually he couldn't pay it back. Now I'm fairly easy going out a lot. So I was cool with it. So in order to be fair, his words he gave me. Toe Cutter says the new scan meta isn't for me, so went back to rock mining and hauling. You know what? It's so funny you should say that, Ramon, because I, you know, had just a great friend when I was younger in life who I lended some money to, and one day he just, you know, he just wasn't in a position to pay me back, and I learned from that that whenever I give money to people, and I don't do it a whole lot because I'm not, you know, a wealthy guy, but whenever I do lend people money, I always just tell them it's a gift. That way I've written it off, and I know that I don't expect it back, and if I do happen to get it back, it's great. But I always just let them know it's a gift from that point forward because I had a similar experience where I lost a friend. You know, after I lent him money, and it got weird between us because he didn't feel like he could pay it back, and so, you know, I would have traded 10 times that money to keep his friendship, to be perfectly honest with you. So, you know, it's, yeah, I mean, it's, I can appreciate that. I understand why, you know, that can get a touch salty, and, you know, hopefully you'll find your way through it. And like I said, my best advice is if you ever do lend money again, do it, make it a gift. Just say, don't even worry about it. Write it off in your mind, and that's probably the best way to handle that. At least I found for myself. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and I'll turn that off, and we'll head right back out. Roy says, in lieu of the debt, I'm an ASUS rig 2070 and insisted I give him my GTX. Yep, that's nice. Well, that seems like a, you know, I mean, you obviously gave him at least a decent card back. First and foremost, never lend money you can't afford to pretend you never had to start with. Fair enough, Drac. I think that's very fair. Moonraker says, I'm the same. Yep. It's always hard when you know, things can get kind of as much as you have the best interest at heart, sometimes things get sideways when you do lend. That's what I've seen, you know, no big deal. You know, every situation's always, of course, a little different. Oh, I need to actually pull this This guy will be in the Stanton system.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
It will be, yeah, retrieve, but in Stanton. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Selected. Stand by.
And then I will store it.
Following location again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And then I'll pull the laser head off and kind of reseat everything and do that thing that we normally do here. So let's do that. Bring out the vehicle loadout manager. We'll go ahead and look at Prospector 2 here. And I will unequip the laser, save. And then I will pull the ship, store the ship, and we will go ahead and...
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And thank you for sharing that, Ramon. I definitely know that it's not always easy to talk about those things. And
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
right.
Your vehicle has
Hangar 2. We'll store that ship, and then we'll put the gear right back on it, and we'll head right back out.
Retrieval system.
Right. All right, let's get out the vehicle loadout manager, and let's put the stuff back. Grab the wrong prospector. This guy here, Prospector 2. Guts and Glory, love the videos, dude. Have to crash, but thought I'd say hi. Cheers. Guts, thank you so much, sir. I truly appreciate that. I hope that you're doing well, and come and hang out with us anytime. Have fun. Take care of yourself. I really, really do appreciate that. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and one last time double check. Now, if you later wants me to think about giving him the card back, and he will arrange some sort of payment scheme. Plus, he's considered dismantling his PC and going to console. Oh yeah, that is getting quite dramatic. And having a mess inside your system and all that stuff, yeah, that's too bad. No, I can appreciate that. That's becoming a bridge too far for sure. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Now I understand where you're at. To do likewise, and he doesn't want to be gaming alone on the console. Yeah, no, I see where you're at with it. No wonder you're having a hard time sleeping. That's a lot. I can appreciate that. You see the new 490 melting power plugs? Oh, I didn't see it was melting power plugs, Toe. I always, I've been kind of was kind of jokingly saying at some point we're going to have to put 240 volt in our 240 V plugs in the house.
Your vehicle has been delivered.
All right, Hangar 2. I'm not down with it at all. I don't blame you. I mean, you've already kind of... He's not really thinking about the inconvenience he's put you in. And you were very gracious to offer a card in return as well, Ramoyne. So, I mean, at this point, I would say you're owed, and, you know, it is what it is. Wonder if we're going to get a prop hop on this guy. It's already off the thing here. Grifter says, yeah, J2 Cents did a vid today on it. Oh, wow. No, I hadn't seen that, you guys. And it's funny because I had bought a 1,300 watt Seasonic power supply. One of these Seasonic Prime PX 1300s. And I was getting ready to go with one of those. And then when NVIDIA pulled the shenanigans with kind of the 3070, or pardon me, the 4070, 4080, you know how they tried to sell that lowball 4070 as a 4080. They just turned me off of their company. And I was going to drop 4090 money. You know, but I didn't feel comfortable with it after that, just because I just felt like it was just a chintzy business practice. So, hey, Daz, I am up a little late. You're right about that. So I just decided to go, I'm going to go with an AMD card this time, like a 7900 XT. And they looks like they have an AV1 encoder. And like I said, I'll use this 3070 and this 3900 as my streaming machine. I'll just go AMD for gaming for now, and we'll call it good. Toe Cutter says, I'm on a 1060, started looking at upgrading now, but now I'll wait till this is sorted out. Yeah, that makes sense, Toe, for sure. All right, you guys, we're headed right back out. We did hit we got one beautiful run in tonight, then we did get a 30K, and now we're back at it. So let's go ahead and get back at it. No, I really was interested in this new generation of GPUs. I already have a 5800X 3D that, you know, and I'm going to pair with an AM4 board. I'm at least going to go 32 gig of RAM. I might go 64. You know, I do have a Sony 980 Pro. I see the Sonys have a 990 out now, but I have a 980 Pro to put in it. And those are the parts I have now. I'm gonna stick with AM4, but I am waiting to see what the RDNA 3 cards look like. Highest I'll go ATM is a 3090. I'm in a 3060 Ti for now. I'm in a 3070 for now, and the thing is I bought this a little bit bigger monitor. Like I have this 49-inch Odyssey G9, and I'd really like to push it, you know. But we'll have to see, you know. Well, yeah, we'll have to see. I definitely I'm interested in the announcement for the RDNA 3 cards and see how they come out. It's funny that a lot of the the new AMD chipsets, even though they're solid, a lot of people haven't been investing because you have to jump, you know, to the AM5 stuff. Because I'd rather of my rather cool response, I didn't give it a response but remained silent. He was a touch accusatory. I'm an easygoing person, maybe too easygoing for my own good. Yeah, it sounds like, you know what, Ramoyne, it sounds like one of those things where, you know, and I hope that you guys respect what I'm going to say here, but sometimes the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, I'm the same way, man. I'm super easygoing, and I sometimes, you know, just want to help and lend and that type of thing, and then, you know, that seems a bit much, though. Wow, and I thought my 32-inch was... Yeah, you know, I really, I mean, and it is. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I for sure, you know, I just stepped up with, there was a really good sale on it's not like the newest Odyssey. It's not like the Neo. It's the first generation, and it was a really fair price. So, you know, I caught it on a heck of a deal. So, all right, let me go ahead and spool that down. Let's go ahead and increase our speed a little bit. Hey, Alice, nice to see you. How have you been? No, I understand where you're coming from, Ramoyne. That sounds like it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. You've done nothing wrong in this situation. There's a P-type. All right. Alice, how have you been? What's happening? Moonraker says, at Ramoyne, there will always be those who try to take advantage of good people. That's very true. Trick is not to let the bad apple sour the barrel. Andreas, it's nice to see you, Andreas. How are you, sir? Alice and Andreas, welcome aboard tonight, you guys. And it's a tonight for me. I don't know if it's always a tonight for you. What am I doing here? Oh, I must have hit Z. I did. Alright, nothing there. That's a 13.1. That's a heck of a detection at that distance. Just a single rock. Alright, we'll roll back to the 179 scan and see what we get. Boom. Alright, what about this guy here? Boom. That's P-type. Single rock. Andreas looks like he's giving the old salute there. That's awesome. Dasman says, I departed ARC-L1 to CRU L3. Jumped out at 33.7 and found myself in a very dense asteroid field. Beautiful, man. That's awesome. That is a lot of fun when you find good dense asteroids. Alright, you guys. Let's keep it rolling here. This guy's right up here. What do we have there? That's P-type. Twin Alice says, been doing great. Now we'll just complete a 7 unicorn run. What the heck? Alice has got all the unicorns. Alice, let some of those unicorns go. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it really a unicorn when you get 7 of them? Seven's a lot. That's awesome. I hate confrontation and will avoid it where I can, but I'm not a doormat. I can appreciate that. He's discovered. I'm kicking myself a bit because I should have seen it coming. Oh, that's too bad. You know what? I mean, that's how we learn our lessons, though. It's true. I know what you're saying. You just tried to do a nice thing and help somebody out. You know, so don't... That's not a trait that you want to... Because somebody's taking advantage of it, Ramoyne, the wrong way, that's not a trait that you want to necessarily not have, though. You know, the next person may absolutely respect that like crazy. So you just, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, we try our best to be as good of people as we can. It sounds to me like you did a lovely thing for somebody and they just, you know, it just didn't work out. But don't let that, yeah, I understand where you're at with it, but don't let it change your ways. And it sounds to me like the only thing you did was try to do the right thing and be lovely. Wow, I managed 3 unicorns between last night and today. Yeah, I had a nice stream yesterday. Yeah, I think I did 2 unicorns on stream. You can be kind, but you have to be careful. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. Not getting the greatest scan results here. Metaphysical, nice to see you. How have you been, Metaphysical? It's been a minute. Ramoyne says, I'm not saying anymore because I didn't come here to dump all. Oh, don't worry about it, man. Thank you for sharing. And just know that, I just want you to know, I mean, you know, you and I have talked a bunch. You're a good human being. You know, sorry that you're going through that. And it's all good, man. I appreciate, I asked. So thank you for sharing. You know, I hope you come through it and you feel like you kind of get to a place where where you're comfortable with it, you know, and we all take our lessons, that's for sure. I learned the hard way too, Ramoyne. I also learned not to be taken advantage of eventually. Exactly. You're amongst friends here, Ramoyne, that's for sure. That's a P-type. Morning luck, 243, 136, 334, and the best of rock 54 ticks. Holy mackerel, Twin Alice is just on fire. Better than keeping it all inside. That's a good point, Moon. Well spoken. You're a good dude. You need people to talk to. Yeah, that's exactly right. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a bit of a process sometimes to work through things, and sharing it is the best thing you could possibly do. I think talking about it a little bit, getting some perspective. Sometimes venting helps. Exactly, Toe. Exactly. M-type there. Alrighty. Oh, hey. Not a scannable rock. I think it was right there between those two. Let's do it. Dasman says I have 10 completed without cash tomorrow in mixed rocks though. Oh, wow, nice. Lots and lots of opportunity markers here. Hopefully one of them will have a little quant in there. We'll take it. Oh, now this has got a good look to it. Maybe not as... I think, yeah, this is probably... This has got that look to it, you guys. Let's get in here and take a look. It's... Nope, it ended up being an E-type, okay. I was going to say, maybe not as tight as I had hoped it was. There's a P-type. I don't know if you... Ramon, I'm not sure if you're catching what Drax's saying, but I don't disagree, man. Little scotch, little coffee. See if you can distract me, and let's... Maybe I'll fly into the station again. Oh, Drac, that was so funny that night. I don't know what I was doing. There's Q-type. We'll roll back to a 90. That was a rough night, Drac. I flew right into the station. Ramon says a toe cutter, LOL. You really don't want to hear me vent. I hate feeling angry. Annoyance is just irritation, but anger burns. Yeah, it does. Burns the liver, upsets the stomach. And I love my tummy to be peaceful. Fair enough. I think that's a real good way to put it. Oh, Drac. Yeah, that night I flew into the station was brutal. Oh, my goodness. Well, this is a single rock out here. What do we got? We're flying pretty quick. I did put the space brakes on. Let's go in here and take a peek at it and see what we got. Not going to be a great rock. That's a blue cap. Worse than I thought it was going to be. That's funny. Alrighty. Beautiful old... Look at that, you guys. Look at all those opportunity markers. There's a P-type. E-type. Hey, there's a Q-type. Let's roll it back to a 90 here and keep the opportunity marker out in front of us. I find half a pound of extra sharp cheddar makes my tummy happy. Hey, no question about that. Used some extra sharp cheddar. Made some really good au gratin taters the other day. And good stuff. Ate some anyways. All of us veterans have smacked a station or two before. That's true, man. Oh, man. If I had a nickel for every time I actually smacked the station. You know what's funny, you guys, is you may not know this, but I didn't realize you could actually double jump towards the station at first. They do it a little different now than they used to. This could be a decent rock, or it may not be. You never do know. It could be like a 16%er. Yeah, 12%er. It's not going to be good enough. But there used to be, you jump to the station, then you jump to the station again. But both of them were fairly close. One of them was like about 70 away, but I didn't know you could actually second quantum for the longest time when I Quantanium mined. I always was just making like a mad dash in from 70 km. You know what I mean? And so the day I learned that people could second quantum in, I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, let's see here. Scotch and coffee? Nah. Bailey's, though. Oh, I like that. By the way, V just asking, do you have any plans to create a Discord group for this community? Or you already have. We have a little group called the Explorers Legalis, and if you look me up on Discord, I'd be happy to send you an invite. A lot of times there's Thursday night mining that we do. It's not, we're not super active right now. Because the game's kind of quiet, but we have a lot of wonderful people in our group, and a lot of them love to mine. So Alice, please do come join and hang out with us. And it's an industrial based group for sure. All right, I like this look of this one here. Maybe not. That's maybe not what I was thinking. Actually crashed into a reclaimer into a station. Oh my stars! That's a heck of a crash. Reclaimer into a station. We're gonna do the EVA thing here, you guys, just because it's good to do, and what does make me wonder what we got going on over here. This could be all right. So we're just gonna kind of cruise on in here, get these guys within, you know, between 900 and 1300, and there we go. Good. Let's go ahead and EVA out. Hold on. Let me just straighten this guy out. There we go. Don't laugh. I run SC on a store-bought Ryzen 3, 16 gigabyte, RTX 1650 just for now, 1080. Usually build my own, but GPU prices, yep, they were. So I'm going to build. Daz, that is, listen, Daz, the way the GPU market was, there's nothing to be. You did the right thing, man. You know, like, you know, I happen to get a fairly decent deal on my 3070, or I'd be in roughly around the same box. You know, like, you know, oh, that's awesome, Alice. Yeah, definitely, Alice, look me up on Discord. You know, my Discord handle's in the description. Look me up, and I'll get you an invite for sure. That would be awesome. I'd love to have you along. Metaphysical says I crash landed the Carrack on the outside deck of Lorville and thought I'd lost all my cargo. I got fine, woke up in Grimhex, but then I went back to Lorville. The Carrack was stored. What the heck? Oh, you got fined. I see. That's hilarious, Metaphysical. How did that work? I crashed my Connie into a mining pad 2 nights ago, looked away for a minute and forgot my cruise was on. I had an audience on the other pad too. It was pretty funny. Yeah, that stuff is always just... It's always a laugh. Has anyone attempted to land a reclaimer at Orson? Oh my gosh. You know, what level of what is that? Is that called masochism? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, when you're gonna punish yourself at some level. Yeah, my friend running this is on the 1050 Ti and 16 gig of RAM. I was running it on a 1070 originally. Before I went to the 3070, took forever. I was more CPU bound than GPU bound, though, honestly. The CPU makes a huge difference in this game, for sure. All right, let's see what these rocks are in front of me. Nope, they didn't actually. This time, it actually didn't work. So most of the time when it doesn't work, I've never seen it be Quantanium as well. But there's always a first, and this time it looks like it is Quantanium. So this is a first for me, right, you guys? I did the trick, and it didn't work. So I'm going to try it one more time just because I think it's fun. Let me just go ahead and try one more time. Already a friend with you. Okay, no problem, Alice. I will send you an invite to the Explorers League for sure. I will do that right after the stream, Alice. I am linking the RTX 3070 Ti for my rig. No, that's... Oh, thinking an RTX 3070 Ti for my next rig. You know what, Daz? If you're doing like 1080 or 1440p, it's perfect. You'll be just fine. All right, I am just kind of... One more time going to try this. Just because these are Quantanium racks, and I'm just kind of curious if we can get them to... There we go. I had to get quite a long ways away. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Daz, for sure. I think a 3070 Ti is great. Sanders says, a few times it helped me doing another ping after coming in from a spacewalk. But again, only works sometimes. I don't think it's going to work this time, you guys. I honestly don't believe that. But I'm just giving it a second try just because they ended up being Quantanium. Every time in the past... When it's not been Quantanium. Thank you, V. No problem, truly. Thank you, Alice, honestly. Love having you aboard. For sure. All right, we see those big old Quant rocks out there. We'll see. Any luck at all. Nope. No big deal. We'll fly on. All right, Ramoin says at Grift, I was running this game on the same card, a 1050 Ti, 16 gig of RAM, 32 gig of RAM. Now I have a 2070, and I'm not willing to go back. I don't blame you. I bet you notice a big performance difference. I noticed there's a couple of areas. Obviously, an SSD drive is number one. There's a big difference between 16 and 32 gig of RAM in this game. That's a Q-type right there as well. So I'm going to roll back to a 90 scan to keep the opportunity marker. I noticed the game just played a lot smoother on 32 gig of RAM. Hey, Ocean, nice to see you. Ocean says, after seeing how NVIDIA handled this issue and how they handled the drivers in Linux, I just went full AMD rig. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, Ocean, that's where I'm a little bit there too. Dasman said, would not hold off on the 4000 series. I would hold off on the 4000, more reviews, more performance specs. The other thing, you guys, which I thought was weird in the 4090 is that, the older display ports on those, on the Founders cards, I think. But I also think that they're on the AIBs as well. Servers are a bit unstable, VSO will be a bit iffy tonight. Yeah, you know what? No problem. We already had a 30K for sure, but we also had pulled in a very nice rock. So, we're out here just having a little fun tonight, Aocean, for sure. So that is a 6%er. We'll keep on moving. I've already landed in Orison. It was a nightmare for me. You landed the Reclaimer in Orison? Alice, is that what you're saying? Oh my stars in heaven. That is so funny. All right. Okay, cool. Let me roll back there to this guy. Is it more than two? Nope. This guy here. Yoshi says, running the equivalent of the 3060 Ti for half the cost of the same card. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think the 7900 XT is going to be a really good card, and hopefully, AMD would be really smart to price that aggressively. I think they'd pick up some market share. We'll have to see what they do. Melting power plugs is not my scene. I agree with that 100%. I think that's pretty crazy. It makes me wonder, doesn't the power supply play some role in that? But, hey, J2 Sense and Hardware Unboxed and Gamers Nexus, all those guys do such a great job, Linus. AMD has pretty consistently outperformed Intel for gaming since before the release of Pentium. They have definitely, they went in the woods for a while but came back out with Ryzen. I run the 3900. It seems like, guys, if you type in !rig, I think if you type in !rig, Nightbot should tell you what I run. But it's a 3900X. Actually, to be honest, the only difference I noticed is when I dropped out the settings to low, frame rate tanked, but I said it was high is way better. Yeah, that's the one weird thing about this game is going to low. I think it's like it tanks because it becomes more CPU bound. 6800 RXT, well worth the price. Yeah, those 6800s are really worth the price. Currently, I'm running an Intel i9 1109K, 32 gig RAM, and a 3050. Now, are 32 inch Samsung screens? Nice, Moon. Are you running Moon at 1080p or 1440p? I'm still using an RX 590, as always. Yeah, you get the FPA. I bet you Loreville is a little slow, Alice, for sure. Probably better now than it used to be, though. Intel seems to work best for productivity apps, and AMD is best for gaming. I've had nothing but luck with the Ryzen stuff, for sure. I think Intel's done pretty good, though, you guys. Play Crazy Games. Hello from Portugal. Play Crazy, welcome to the channel. How are you tonight? I hope that you're doing well. Very good friend of the channel, Archer, is from Portugal. Playstar citizen with us from time to time, and great guy. Hope that you're doing well, and hello from the mitten here in the States. This latest generation of Intels with the even the i5, I think what's the 13600K or whatever. They're not bad. They're pretty decent chips. But they are power hungry. So I definitely would stay with the Ryzen. My current CPU is a Ryzen 5 2600. And if I do another upgrade, it'll be the 30. That's the great thing, Ramon. You're on an AM4 platform, so you can just kind of go with what, depending on your board, you might have to do a BIOS update, but you have a lot of wiggle room to go from there. 2K here, 50. Wow, that's Q-type right there, isn't it? Oh, nice, you guys. So yeah, that's a let me go ahead and roll back to a 90 and keep the opportunity marker on. 50 to 60 FPS in Oris, it's pretty respectable. Gotta bail out. Sleep time here. Thank you for the stream, Sandra. Thank you for hanging out. Please take care of yourself, Sandra. We'll see you around the way for sure. Metaphysical 5700G, my first Ryzen series chip, Ryzen 7, has been good so far. Yep, good chip. Matched it up with a 6600 XT. Yeah, it runs SC pretty well. I bet it does. Although I get some frame dropping in Lordville. Everybody gets that Metaphysical for sure. It doesn't really matter. You're going to have frame dropping in Lordville. Maybe a 14. Yeah, you know what? There's really good prices. There's really good deals on 1440p monitors. You really can get some nice ones right now, Ramon. What the heck? It's not those up there, is it? Yeah, that's an E. Oh, there it is. I was like, what? Where is it? Oh, wonder what we got here. Not a great rock, a 4621, but you know I gotta mine it. I mean, I gotta mine it, you guys. It's not great, but it's, hey, it's decent rock. There's a over 20 SCU of Quantanium in this. It won't break super clean, but it will be okay. And we'll mine this guy. We're not picky. 5800G, 32 gig of RAM, 3060 Ti. Yep, for sure. My board is an MSI. Yeah, that's nice. Hey, Baxter says another stream. Woo woo. Hey, Bax, nice to see you. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to try and pick up and do a little more streaming. Have a little more fun with it. It was bound to happen, folks. V lost his rock. Yeah, I have lost my rocks for sure, Drac. That's funny. No, I'm going to try and stream a little more, you guys, and kind of, I really thought about, this whole thing with master modes and stuff today. And I'm just not, you know what? I'm just going to do what I do. I play the game. I have fun. That's really what I'm about. By the way, 26 likes, you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm just going to, I like Star Citizen. I enjoy it. And I'm going to continue to enjoy it. Bax, how you been, man? It's nice to see you, by the way. All right, you guys. 21.79 out of 4631. This is going to be, slightly over 20 SCU. It's not going to be anything to write home about, but you know what? It's a beautiful beautiful stream. A lot of fun. Excellent. Nice to hear it, Bax. For sure. All right. Get myself a sip of water there. Should have a pretty clean break here going. Try to get rough at the end, but she had just jumped up into the red there just a touch. The only two things I don't like about 3-screen setup is you lose chat while in a chair, and items in the inventory don't show up well. You know what? That's the thing I really like about this 49-inch monitor, is I have 1440p. I have it borderless in the middle, and on the right-hand side of the screen, I have OBS, and on the left-hand side of the screen, I have the chat. All on one screen, no bezels or anything. I really do like that. My board is an ASRock X570 Phantom 4. That's a good board. You're right. That is a good board. 3400 G, 64 gig of RAM, RX 590 still playable. You got lots of RAM. That's for sure, Alice, and that's a helpful thing. That's offsetting some of your computational, bottlenecks. All right, that's cool. $54.75. Is that it? Really? This guy didn't have any in it. 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 Half of that and 75% of that, and that's it? That doesn't seem like the right amount of... Am I missing a rock? No. Does that math work out? Yeah, it must. Hey, Kenduin, how's it going? Nice to see you, by the way. You know what is a bad board? Any gigabyte board right now. Yeah, you know, I guess I've heard that they're hitting some snags. SC will utilize all your video memory, I hear. You know, it will absolutely, you know, it will chew into your RAM for sure. Threadripper Pro 5965W at heart, usually at a 2K price. But got it off an Ethereum miner for 1/4 of the cost due to him losing on that crap. So I just treat it gentle, no overclock, actually under volt. That's a smart idea. That's a hell of a chip, too. What board did you pair that with, Aocean? Undervolting knows is smart, you guys. That's a smart thing to do. Oh. Getting a little wild here. Alright, I'll get this on. I prefer Asus motherboards. I like Asus motherboards as well, Daz. I think I have the TUF Gaming, the X570 Pro Wi-Fi, something like that. Yeah, Grift, I've been pirated a few times for sure, man. People target me and they get me from time to time, and I try and, you know what? I understand how much time and effort it goes into that. I'm sorry. Stealing your Lucky already 9 unicorn run. Alice, it's okay. I don't mind. Asus, but the board is no longer produced. Ah, yeah, no problem. Oh, an ASRock, yeah. Was just curious what. My last board was an ASRock too. Did a bang up job for 9 years. ASRock makes good stuff. ASRock makes some cool, like not to be like, not to be fashion sense, you know, have some fashion sense in it or whatever. But they make some cool white boards, if you're building a white themed. The current Gigabyte's last BIOS updates are still having issues, yep, which means the latest BIOS for XMP. Yeah, that's black screens for sure. I'm surprised that the GTX 1050 did as well as it did. 4 gig of VRAM. I'm hoping the 8 gig on the 2070, even though it's supposed to be an OC card, a bit more boost. Yeah, it will give you a bit more boost for sure. But at 64 gig DDR5, 3K, yeah, that's crazy. Which means no Win 11 for gigabyte boards right now. Ouch, yeah, that's rough. Half this process requires a high memory frequency to keep it stable due to its threads. That makes perfect sense to me. I prefer a stable running motherboard. Could care less about the company. I had motherboards from every... Yep, you know, I can appreciate that. I've definitely had what Andreas is saying, you know... I'm okay with an ASRock. I'm okay, with an Asus. I haven't bought many gigabyte boards before. I think I've stuck around Asus mostly myself, if I'm just honest. Means no Win 11 for me until they sort out the last update, and even then, you know. So there's this did not break clean at all. That's a 21. Sorry. Don't worry about it, Ramoy. No worries whatsoever. You know us. Oh my goodness, you guys. We got the, hold on, I got this person. Let's see. Put user in timeout. Hide user on the channel. Yep. I got you there. We'll start out and get this 5 SEU on board. You know, it's always funny why, like, old Space Shorts channel or whatever is, it's like you're looking for love in definitely the wrong places around here. I've been pirated once, and only once in my prospector. I said I forgot, and he blew up the load, yeah. you know, it makes sense. I mean, listen, I mean, and I think there's going to be more piracy when the cargo refactor's a thing, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think no. I know that I say, you know, I don't like the, you know, and I've said it a lot, you know, that I don't like the mining modes as much. It seems like I thought I just seen a hundo. Whoa. What? Oh, it's this one. You know, I know that occasionally you know, like for, you know, I like industrial gameplay. I don't do as much of the you know, the combat-y stuff, you know, but I definitely have a profound respect for piracy. And I don't want the verse to be sanitized. I want it to be dangerous. Heck, if anyone wants to mine or learn bunkers, I can show or teach anyone. That's very kind of you, Grift. Azrock is still best for me. Many people say Gigabyte is good, but I think Azrock is not bad. Bunch of older gamers here. Yeah, Bax for sure, man. I got you know, I was definitely an 80s gamer over here. It's only PCI 3.0 though. That's funny, Dad. Oh my gosh, you guys. I thought we were going to break 20 SCU here, but now I'm not thinking we are. I knew it was around 20. Now that's got 12% borase in it. And that's got, you know what, if this has 12% borase, I'll break it. Maybe there'll be a decent borase rock that breaks out of here. Might as well just grab it. The joy of mining. I feel young, Ocean. Yeah. You know, I gamed in the 80s for sure, you guys. My favorite game was the original Elite, Braben's Elite on the Commodore 64. I just adored that game. Took me a long time to figure out how to land on those dodos. Going on 41, not over the hill by... No, you're not even close, Ocean. I got 9 years on you. All right, I'm looking for anything with with a decent amount of borase in it here. That's a 3% borase. It might have just broke up into little concentrations. It does a lot. Oh, there's a 28% borase. Yeah, let's grab that guy. Yeah, I figured I'd throw some borase on board and top off at least. There we go. All right. Let's spool this drive and let's get it cracking. 41, nice. 46 there. I got 2 yellow jacket Gatling guns on my prospector just for defense. That's awesome. Just saying. LOL tips. That's awesome, you guys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, listen, 40s are really interesting because when you're 41, it's like, man, I was just 39. But then when you like me, I turned 50 this year. It's like, that is crazy. 27 likes, you guys. I truly appreciate that. And it's been a really fun stream tonight. Now, I wasn't jumping on to do anything too crazy. You know, just kind of a little bit of Quantanium mining. So just kind of fun to do. Hang out, chat with you guys. 80s kids, hell, got a good luck charm. I got held as a 2-year-old. My Ricardo Montalban from Wrath of Khan dad was a Trekkie. Fair enough, I get that. 56 going on 57 here, metaphysical. You're closing in on some big numbers, my friend. That's awesome. Good for you. Dasma says, I got 13 years on you, V. Daz, I always knew that. I always, you know, I think you and I talked about that one time. I knew that you were, you know, a little bit my senior, but that's okay, sir. You know, I you know, pray to the heavens I live to see 63 myself so I can see a little more Star Citizen. Turned 50 next summer. Finally got my first gray hair. Bax, now Bax, are you wearing glasses yet? Have you, because I know like I was about 48, 49 for I just had my eyes had turned. I had to start wearing glasses to read. I'm 60 and got kids at or near 40. That is awesome, Drac. That's hilarious. You did it young. That was a smart thing to do. I did. Or the first one you noticed. Fair enough, Bax. I hear what you're saying. Daz, yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember us chatting about that for sure, Dazzy. Really cool. And I know, a lot of my community, a lot of people who come and hang out on the mining channel, I should say my community, it's our community, you guys. But what I mean by that is, a lot of people who come hang out, it is an older group, and I like that. I think it's great. I mean, I do. The next big milestone is 60 for me, then getting my cataracts fixed. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. My dad goes in every couple of weeks, metaphysical, and gets his eyes kind of doctored up so that he can keep the cataracts out of there. You will be still here at 63. Yeah, I will. That's for sure. I'm in Star Citizen for the long haul, you guys. I'm gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off. I enjoy this game. It is the only thing I think that is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna play some other games, Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, some other games that are coming out. I am gonna take some time to play, but I'm never gonna stop playing Star Citizen. I love this game. It's the gray chest hair that's got me. Toe, I hear you, Toe. It is fun. It's like when obviously when you turn silver on the upstairs, on the roof or whatever is one thing, but when it gets to be other places, it's like, I don't know about this. Not yet, but it's coming fast. Fair enough, Bax. I hear you. No, it's funny. I had to go to glasses a couple years ago, and it was a weird thing because I'd always had really, really good vision, and they said, they had told me because I was almost 50, I had done pretty well. But SC is generally an older person game. Most everyone I play with is usually in their 30s. I agree with that 100%, Grift. And most of the people who hang out here, Space Shores, why do people call me V? I think it's because my in-game name is VVV. That's that. I think that's really the reason why people call me V. I am Dave in real life, which has got a strong V in it as well. But that's that's the first time I maybe ever said that on stream. I think I'm the youngest in this community, 37. Hey, Alice, there's nothing wrong with that. Just a side note, avoid Scorn if you're not into flashy things, and the Geiger S Nightmares, but a decent game. Oh, interesting. I'm silver where I need to be and white on the noggin. Fair enough. That's a good way to look at it. I'm definitely silver.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
I am getting old. Oh, hey, there's first alarm already. Nick Ferrara, welcome to the channel. Nick, how you been tonight, sir? Nick says, I'll be playing for a long haul as well. Looking forward to salvage gameplay in my Vulture, as well as quant mining. Nick, you and I are, man, absolutely. I plan on, when I stream, I'm going to hopefully alternate, or maybe even do a little bit each night, I am really looking forward to Vulture stuff, and I will be doing Vulture stuff in the PTU as soon as it's available. I really want to learn the, about the different components for the Vulture, and I really want to kind of, find my way through that. It's actually Vince Vaughn. That's awesome. You're not the first person who says that. He usually doesn't want us to know. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, Grift. Also a long hauler. Yeah, the industrial side's this game's just got me. I mean, when look, you guys, when you can do stuff like this, I mean, this game's just amazing. I mean, I'm not going to see space travel in my life. This is the closest thing I'm ever going to get, a chance to do that thing with. All right. Vulture owner here started looking at the Liberator. That's a good one, Toe. That Liberator, it's a small, it takes a very small crew to operate. It can haul a lot of stuff. I'm wondering if I can get my Vulture, my Mole, and my Prospector on that. Alex, Track. Hey, Alex, how you been, man? Nice to see you. Alex says, even in space. How you been, Alex? Toe says, Vulture owner here. Daz says, I took a break from Skyrim back to SC about a week ago. I haven't tried IL-2, but I'll look into it. Oh, IL-2, is that a flight game? How goes the mining? Not too bad, Alex. You know, we've had a couple of, I had a 28 SCU run and a 20 SCU run. Last night on stream, I had a couple of unicorns. Really almost 3. And then, and so over the last couple of days, we've done really good numbers, for sure. Not Twin Alice numbers, though. Alice is, I think she's running a bunch of unis out there. But absolutely lovely, Alex. How have you been, by the way? Nice to see you. Isn't IL-2 that, like, isn't that a flight game? I thought it was.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Baxter Run, check it out during Black Friday sale on Steam. Yeah. I am looking forward to Black Friday sales. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, that IL-2 Stormovic. That's right, it is. It's a solid game. It's got a great flight model. I have played that game before. It's a good game. It's unforgiving. That's a good way to put it. The Halo has treated me well this past week or so. Yeah, the Halo has treated me very well. Grifter says, the fact that I can fly in space and have it look as good and almost feel like I am there. I can low fly, bunker, and extort people, finally watch the sunrise on a mountain. Yes. It's exactly right, Grift. You've got the same kind of... I got that sickness you got, Grift. I got that same thing, man. It's just there are some moments in Star Citizen that are just incredible. You know, and so, yeah. I know what it is you're talking about, and I caught that, too. Ramoyne, it is, and learning curve is tough, but the graphics are also pretty gorgeous as well. Yep, that's true. Nice, well, finally got the family settled in our new home. Nicely done, Alex. My office is just set up. We'll be back on SE soon. You know, moving is one of those things, Alex, is so disconcerting. You know, all your stuff is not in the places where you're used to having your stuff. Yeah, it is nice to get that part of it out of the way for sure. So I ended up with about 248 of Borace here, so... That's not necessarily a bad thing either, you guys. I'm going to confirm this. Oh, my stars, you guys. Hold on. I'll get that. I got it. Hold on. Let's see. Put user in timeout. And then hide user on this channel. Looking for love on Space Shorts channel. Oh, you guys. Those bots. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good. But tonight we've got right around 50 SCU or so in the hopper. Space Short. Yeah, what the heck's all going on with that, you guys? All right, I'm going to grab a drink here.
Hey, back again, I see.
I'll take a look at the clock here after I have a drink.
See anything you like?
All right, we'll have a sip here. I'll reach for the clock here. Oh, yeah, it's about that time, I guess. I have to be up at about 5:45 in the morning tomorrow. Dang, you know you're doing something right when you get the bots. You know, you... It is funny, Alex. I remember the first time I got the bots. That's exactly what I thought. It's like, I must be doing okay. I know that 29 likes. Thank you guys so much. You know, we are at that part of the I just wanted to jump on tonight and just do a little mining and hanging out, you guys. And the coffee was pretty good. The Quantanium was not too bad, but the conversation was stellar. I really enjoyed all of your company tonight. Ramoyne, I hope you start feeling better, sir. Alex, sorry I caught you at the end. Yeah, go ahead, Grift. Grift says he's got a question about recording SC videos. I'm happy to answer your question, Grift. When I cash in, I'll let you know the profit. I want to hear Daz for sure. I have probably about 1.5 million in the hopper right now. Can I use my 3060 to record, run, game, and capture audio? Of course you can. Discord is very easy to use, Grift, and you can absolutely use your 3060 to record the game and capture audio. Yeah, absolutely. And you should definitely get into it. It's super fun. This is an Elite Dangerous, an Elite Space game is worth playing. But if it has space in it, I'll take a look and see. Ramoyne, I'm in the same boat. I'm really looking forward to Starfield. I'm at least going to take a look at it. Metaphysical says, cheers, have a great night, V. Hey, you guys, please take care of yourself. Honestly, I will be on a lot more as the winter gets going here. 31 likes, you guys. I can't thank you enough, you guys. I can promise you, this is just, as much. I just enjoy talking to you guys, and it was great chatting. Please take care of yourself. Alex snuck one in on me, you guys. Yep, coffee and mining soon. Alex, I'm so happy you're going to be back in the game. Let's definitely catch up. And, thank you so much, Alex. I will definitely put that to good use. I promise you that, sir. You've always been so kind to me, and I have drank really, really good coffee because of your contributions, Alex, and I truly appreciate it. Please take care of yourself, everybody. And I will see you all around the verse.